How's it going, everybody? It is I, Sadistic Spirit Guide Yokai Poppy Wolf, and we're back to doing some anime reviews. I haven't done anime reviews in forever, so we're beginning with the one show that I've enjoyed this season, and it just ended, sadly, My Dress Up Darling. Now, My Dress Up Darling is a slice of life rom-com-ish anime that has two main characters, or two mainly focused characters, which are Wakana Gojo and Karigawa Marin. Now, both of these characters are very much in the same world, or better yet, the same headspace. So, for Wakana Gojo, he is a dollmaker's apprentice for his grandfather's workshop, Gojo Dolls, and he loves Hina dolls. To him, Hina dolls are the most beautiful things in the world. They bring so much joy to the world, and he wants to be able to replicate that with his own. Only part is, his are kind of trash. He makes good clothes though. The clothes are fantastic, but the dolls are lacking something. Now, for the majority of his high school and middle school, and I want to even just go far to say his adolescence, he really couldn't bond with people because he thinks if they know that he makes Hina dolls, they're not really gonna mess with him. They're gonna think he's some lame-o. They're gonna make fun of him because it's a feminine thing. You know, he plays with dolls, etc., etc. And so he just is very much reserved and observes the world rather than being part of it. And that's until he has a small altercation with the most popular girl in school, that being Marin Karigawa. And after that altercation, he overhears a conversation between her and her friend where Marin very much exposes herself to becoming a nerd. Or not becoming, is a nerd. Big ol' weeb, huge otaku. And she's not by any means of embarrassed by it. This is something she loves, and it's when she says the words that, you know, if you love something, you should respect it because you love it. Doesn't matter what the people think about it, as long as you love it, that's what matters. That Gojo realizes she's very much a part of the same headspace that he is. He only thought he was the only person who would think this way, but lo and behold, the most popular girl in school thinks this way. So after Gojo's sewing machine breaks down, he goes into the sewing room, uses theirs, only to run into Marin, who is trying to work on a cosplay. It's god awful garbage, and after explaining how they both have very strong passions and what drives them to do the things that they love, Gojo decides, you know what, I'll make the dress for you. And it's a very special connection for Gojo. He wants to bring joy and love the same way that Hina doll did for him. And for Marin, she wants to cosplay the character that did that for her. And they very much want to spread the joy that they've each been instilled by the very characters, or by the very things that they want to keep going forward with in life. So it's a very fun bonding experience between both of them, that Marin found not only a tailor, but a comrade who could truly appreciate her love for something. So as the anime progresses, there's a lot of things that they really do have a slight touch on, which is an etchiness element to it. That being with Marin, who's so nonchalant and doesn't really care about being naked or exposing her body to a man that she trusts because she trusts him. She doesn't think it's gonna be weird. She's thinking, yo, this dude needs to get my cosplay measurements. Me being naked is just fucking provisional. While for Gojo, it's not so much provisional. My guy is trying not to die of a nosebleed. No, I'm saying his red head is coming out, you know what I'm saying? But it's a fun thing. But what I love about the series is when it hardens down on the more serious aspects, or the more aspects they want you to focus on, such as Gojo's reserved use of beauty. For Gojo, beauty is something that is precious. You can't just say it to everything. It has to be earned. And he very much has a good conversation with Marin, where he kind of elaborates, like, look, the reason why I believe that is because that when that Hina doll inspired how I feel about beauty, I realized I want to protect that word and give it to something that's worthy of that, because I don't want to just give it to anything. I feel like it loses its meaning, the inspiration that instilled into me. So with that sort of element being discussed, we go into the first cosplay. After the first cosplay, the cosplay event, with Marin really appreciating how much work Gojo does. Gojo's staying up all night, losing sleep, handling the store, going to school, studying. Marin realizes maybe she's put too much pressure and too much things, but for Gojo, he, again, with the same feeling of how he felt when he first saw that doll, he wants to do that for Marin. So after the cosplay event, a long hot day of taking pictures, they have a nice train ride home where Gojo, during a drowsy state, admits, you know what, Karigawa, you really are beautiful. Thus, causing Karigawa to become the popular girl who, is nonchalant about everything, to an utter simp. She's a big simp. And she realizes that after she had earned that compliment, how much Gojo really does for her. With going to Gojo's house and, again, being caught in precarious situations, with meeting his grandfather and, wanting to make him food, she realizes how much she wants to be able to pay Gojo back for their time together. Something that she really enjoys and doesn't want to stop doing. While Gojo is thinking, there has to be an end to this. There's an end goal, right? I'm going to lose you one way or another. Marin, on the other hand, is thinking, how do I keep him? How do I make sure that he stays my man? And it's such a fun dichotomy of where both these characters are heads at. For they're very much, again, still in the same headspace. They both have feelings for each other. But the thing is, they both are horrible at conveying that to the other person. And this is where the rom-com element comes in, and this is where I very much can turn my brain off and really just enjoy this series, because it very much is back and forth. Obviously I like you, and obviously I like you, but I guess it's not that obvious, where we're gonna date by the end of the last episode. In fact, the last episode is an episode I have a gripe with. So, going to spoiler territory, the last episode is very abrupt. I'm just gonna say that. It is very abrupt. It just gives us something we really wanted, but at the same time too, it does it in a way where it's not what we wanted. We wanted a kiss, we wanted a declaration of feelings and heard on both ends, but we don't get that. In fact, we get Marin on the phone late night with Gojo and tells him she loves him, and tells him that she'll see him the next day, and how much she's enjoyed this past year. And that is the end of the series. I kid you not. Does it take away from what I genuinely love about the series? Definitely not. Although the ending is a little, it leaves a lot to be desired.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I still very much love this series. I give it a B+. I just love Marin and Gojo's dynamic of one being the serious, nervous guy, and her being the nonchalant, open, free butterfly, because they both really complement each other. With Marin coming into Gojo's life, his grandfather comments that the dolls that he's making are they have a lot more life to them. They look better. They feel like they're instilling joy, because for once in a while, Gojo isn't just observing life. He's living it with Karigawa. He's absorbing more than what he's normally done. By making cosplays and spending time with her, he's experiencing life, which allows him to replicate that in the very much things he wants to do. The dolls, the Hina dolls, it's replicated in that, to the very point in the last episode when he's painting it. He doesn't even ask his grandfather for his own the input around the doll. Gojo can see the beauty of the doll that he's making, and it's all thanks to Karigawa. Without Marin, he wouldn't be able to have gotten that far with his art. And yeah, overall the series does well as having the characters really bounce off each other with the very much loved ecchi moments. It's the moments where you find Gojo staring at Karigawa and seeing different sides of her, and being attracted to knowing that there's different sides to her is what's very fun. And the same thing goes for Marin when she notices the stoicism, the focus, the ambition, the concentration that comes with Gojo's wardrobe making abilities. It is very fun for her. She notices, dang, my man's really be like hammering down and, you know, studying the material. And they very much do respect each other's loves and passions to the point where Gojo is literally watching a hentai game and it's just going deep into it. He's watching a horror movie and getting inspired by it. He's watching every media. He had to make up his own measurements because there's a manga that doesn't really have full proportions, and even when he wants to get the author's input, there's no really input to understand how best to make an outfit. This series has a lot going on for it, and I really hope we get a season 2. I've been hearing rumors we're not.
Oh, wow. Wow.
If you love a series like My Romantic Snafu or Rent a Girlfriend or something like that, you're gonna love this more, because I feel like when it comes to this series, it kind of flips the script on its head with having the female character simp for the main character as much as he wants her. I mean, actually, I'd argue she likes him more, and she was the first one to say she loves him. So yeah, it's such a good show. It really does have a very formulaic vibe, but it doesn't follow it to a T. And I have to really respect that. And I am not gonna lie, I genuinely enjoy it to a big T. So if I had to give Mydressupdarling a rating, I'd give it a B+. It has nice solid character chemistry. Last episode by itself had very fun and very fluid animations that I was just like, wow, they really put the budget into this last episode. It is insane. And what else it has going for it is I like the deep-rooted overcoming of your own insecurities with Gojo and his his battle with what's masculine, and Marin with her feelings for Gojo. How does she convey them? What is the best way to convey them? This is the first time she's ever felt feelings in general. There's so much to go off on this anime that I really think if you watch it and you're not a fan of ecchi or slice of life or romantic comedies, you're probably gonna like it a lot. I genuinely think it's a fun series, and again, giving it a B+, just goes to show how much I've had fun with it. And hopefully we get a season 2. That being said, guys, I am going to end this video here. Thank you so much for coming out for this review. I hope you go watch Mydressupdarling before you come here. And if you want more reviews like this, do me a huge favor. Smash that like button. Leave a comment down below and let me know what series I should check out next. And if I have, I will rewatch it and review it again just for you. So I will catch you all later. Bye-bye.